से बात करते हुए रो पड़े। उन्होंने कहा मोदी जी और अमित शाह ने मिलकर इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया की सबसे बड़ी कंस्पिरेसी रची।
मोदी जी ने और अमित शाह जी ने मिलके आजाद भारत का सबसे बड़ा राजनीतिक षड्यंत्र रचा। आम आदमी पार्टी को खत्म करने के लिए आम आदमी पार्टी के सबसे बड़े 5 नेताओं को जेल में डाल दिया गया। यहाँ तक कि सिटिंग चीफ मिनिस्टर, जो आज तक भारत के इतिहास में कभी नहीं हुआ, सिटिंग चीफ मिनिस्टर को उसके घर से घसीटकर डाला गया और 6 महीने तक जेल में रखा गया।
ये सिर्फ दिल्ली या आम आदमी पार्टी की कहानी नहीं है दोस्तों, ये एक टेम्पलेट है। पहले एजेंसीज भेजो, फिर मीडिया ट्रायल करो, फिर साल दर साल जेल में सड़ाओ। जब तक कोर्ट फैसला दे तब तक इलेक्शन निकल चुका हो, सरकार जा चुकी हो और चैनल बिक चुका हो। कोर्ट ने सारा ब्लेम उस सीबीआई इन्वेस्टिगेटिंग ऑफिसर पर डाला है जिसने इस पूरे केस को लीड किया। लेकिन सवाल यह है कि क्या उसने ये सब अपनी मर्जी से किया? क्या किसी भी एक ऑफिसर में इतनी हिम्मत है कि वो एक सिटिंग चीफ मिनिस्टर को एक झूठे केस में अरेस्ट करवा ले और पीछे ही पड़ जाए? बिल्कुल नहीं। इसलिए ये कहानी दोस्तों दिल्ली या आम आदमी पार्टी की नहीं है। ये कहानी है एक ऐसे राजा की जो सत्ता की भूख में इतना अंधा हो गया कि उसने अपनी सत्ता को बचाने के लिए करोड़ों लोगों की जिंदगियां तबाह करना चुना। और ये अभी खत्म नहीं हुई है। हाई कोर्ट ने लोअर कोर्ट के जज के रिमार्क्स पर स्टे भी लगा दिया है। लेकिन इस पूरी कहानी से हमें एक बहुत बड़ी सीख मिलती है। तानाशाही के खिलाफ खड़े होने के लिए, इस देश में सही मायनों में कुछ बदलाव लाने के लिए बस एक इंसान चाहिए होता है जिसकी रीढ़ की हड्डी सीधी हो, सिर्फ एक। ये वीडियो उन सभी लोगों के लिए सल्यूट है जो इस सिस्टम में रहकर भी हिम्मत दिखाते हैं। हर वो ऑफिसर जो प्रेशर के बावजूद सही काम करता है, हर वो जज जो अपनी पोस्ट से ज्यादा देश को प्यार करता है। ये कहने में आसान लगता है लेकिन ऐसी बहादुरी की अक्सर कीमत चुकानी पड़ती है, ट्रांसफर, डिमोशन या फिर किसी और तरीके से मार्जिनलाइज होना। लेकिन एक बात पक्की है, जिस दिन सिस्टम के अंदर मेजॉरिटी लोग इस तरीके से हमेशा सही का साथ देने लग गए, उस दिन ये देश अपने आप डेवलप हो जाएगा, उस दिन देश अपने आप ऊपर जाएगा। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जय हिंद। AI मास्टर क्लास को ज्वाइन करना मत भूलना, लिमिटेड टाइम है। यहां क्लिक करके भी आप कर सकते हो। और यहां क्लिक करके वो वाला वीडियो देखो जब केजरीवाल को अरेस्ट किया गया था, तब मैंने क्या कहा था। वो बातें अब कितनी सच साबित हुई हैं।
Let's add on a serious note. On a serious note, Puri ji, there should only be one note on this whole issue, and that should be a serious note. There's literally no space for a joke here. You're a minister, for God's sake. ये कैजुअली कहना कि मुझे लोग बोल रहे हैं कि people are jealous of me because I'm mentioned in the email, लेकिन मैं तो बस इंडिया स्टोरी बेचते ही रह गया, मैंने तो कुछ करा ही नहीं। ये कोई बात है कहने वाली? Puri made it clear though that he met Jeffrey through Rod Larson when he was working with the International Peace Institute. Guess how Rod Larson reacted to his name being on the Epstein file. He apologized for a lapse of judgment. There's a police investigation against him and his wife in Norway to make sure what he was up to. That's the seriousness with which countries are approaching this whole issue. People close to Epstein, people mentioned in his emails are being scrutinized, questioned. There's an investigation. Let's add on a serious note.
Again, I have to say this clearly. Interacting with Epstein doesn't mean कि आप एक sex offender हो, लेकिन आप careless तो हो ना in not knowing who you're interacting with. In the press conference, Puri spoke about 3 of his emails where he's pitching India to Jeffrey, but he carefully didn't speak about other emails where he's asking Epstein if he's back from his exotic island, the same island that locals used to call Pedo Island. He's saying he wants to meet Jeffrey at his house to drop off books. Okay, maybe not this book, but he says he wants to share books with him so that he's excited about India, wants to meet for coffee. He's getting his help to meet people. He says in one email, have fun. Not that you need encouragement from others for it. All this suggests a certain degree of familiarity that deserves to be questioned seriously, not laughed off. But Puri can laugh this off, trash Rahul Gandhi confidently because he knows कि भाई यहाँ पे there'll be many people to laugh along with him.
By the way, here is the really funny thing.
Oh, so funny. What is really funny, Padmaja? Epstein reaches out to Puri for help with a visa for someone else and Puri forwards it to another retired ambassador, and that's just so funny.
These emails are being quoted as a smoking gun of quid pro quo.
Again, Padmaja shows 3 emails. Obviously not the one where Puri is saying Epstein needs no encouragement to have fun. but she shares a really funny visa request. Only she's finding it funny. भाई इसमें स्मोकिंग गन क्या है ये बताने के लिए अपने ऑडियंस को क्या हो गया, इन्वेस्टमेंट ही तो मांग रहे थे हमारे पुरी जी.
The November 13, 2014 email, Hardeep Puri is writing to Jeffrey Epstein and LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman. In this mail, he's basically pitching Make in India to Hoffman and almost cajoling him to visit India and see the country's digital economy boom firsthand. He's basically saying, look, you have co-founded LinkedIn. We've got this digital revolution underway. There is a new government that has been sworn in. Why don't you travel to India and first-hand witness what is happening? Obviously trying to get him to do a little investment as well.
Cajoling him for investment. So sweet, so adarsh. As if this was not enough, Padmaja also explained the very important difference between a pedophile in personal life versus a power broker in professional life.
Jeffrey Epstein was convicted of major crimes like pedophilia, of rape, raping underage girls, all of that. But the fact also is that he had a separate life. Professionally, he was a power broker. But the fact also is...
Thank you, bhai. क्या करते हम without such facts? Now, Puri ji went to all channels giving his सफाई. अर्नब के साथ दिखे, नविका के साथ भी उन्होंने इंटरव्यू दिया, मारिया शकील को इंटरव्यू दिया, अंजना के साथ भी इंटरव्यू. एक मिनट, wait. Anjana didn't do any interview with him because she was busy with something completely different.
बाबर ने अपनी आत्मकथा में लिखा है कि वो बाइसेक्सुअल था. छुट्टियों के दिनों में बाबर ने अपने अंदर एक विचित्र प्रकार के आकर्षण की खोज की थी. मैं बाजार में एक लड़के के लिए पागल हो गया और उसका यह आकर्षण एक महिला के लिए नहीं बल्कि एक पुरुष के लिए था. बाबर शब्दशः लिखता है कि एक बार वो एक बाजार में एक लड़के के लिए पागल और व्याकुल हो उठा और इस लड़के का नाम था बाबरी. बाबर ये भी लिखता है कि इससे पहले तक उसने कभी किसी पुरुष के लिए वैसी भावना महसूस ही नहीं की थी जैसी भावना वो बाबरी नाम के इस लड़के के लिए महसूस कर रहा था.
बाबर एक बाइसेक्सुअल था. याद रख लो भाई, अगले यूपीएससी एग्जाम में काम आएगा. खैर, बैक टू पुरी जी. He ended up on NDTV again with who else but Padmaja. By now, I guess she had realized that Puri ji was actually talking to a pedophile, so she decided to finally ask some relevant questions.
He writes back saying, I was writing you amazing. I spoke to Reid. You reply at 6:17 p.m. and you say, indeed, telepathy. Give me a shout when you are back and have fun. Not that you require encouragement
That's
from
correct.
others for that.
Yeah.
The Congress is saying this indicates that there
And I
was
knew by that time, 2014-15, I knew. So what you have fun means what? It's. I mean, listen, the Congress is capable of anything. Mr. Rahul Gandhi goes on trips to Vietnam.
यहाँ पे पद्मजा ने बोलना चाहिए था. So what if Rahul is going to Vietnam? What's that got to do with this? Obviously, that never happened.
But what kind of fun?
I have no clue.
वही तो. You should have a clue. But chalo, let's move on to the next email.
There is one other email that subsequently Jeffrey Epstein writes. This email where you have, he says, your November email with Reid Hoffman and Epstein, you talk about investment in India and the digital boost, etc., which is great.
वही तो यार. None of this is great. और कोई नहीं मिला था to talk about digital India. Meanwhile, पुरी जी तो अपने आप को विजनरी बोल रहे थे.
ये जो चीजें मैं बोल रहा हूँ, डिजिटल इंडिया, मेक इन इंडिया, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस इन द मंथ ऑफ नवंबर 2014. इफ मेमोरी सर्व्स मी राइट, दिस प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्टेड इन 2015. सो हियर आई वाज अ far-sighted private citizen who knows what kind of work the Modi government is going to do. Far-sighted private citizen.
Hardeep Puri joined the BJP in January 2014. So when he wrote those emails cajoling, pitching India, he was more than just a private citizen. Sure, he was not in the government of India, but he was with the BJP. The Epstein files show Puri met Epstein at his Manhattan townhouse on at least 3 occasions. The meetings took place on February 4, 2015, January 6, 2016 and May 19, 2017. The email interactions between Epstein and Puri are from June 2014 to June 2017. Puri became a minister in the government in September 2017. So yes, there's no interaction of him with Epstein after he became a minister. But he's pretty much talking to him as a BJP member.
आप chronology समझ लीजिए.
तो भाई all this deserves more scrutiny. Not just कि भाई वो तो प्राइवेट सिटीजन है, कितने जुझारू नेता हैं हमारे, कब से डिजिटल इंडिया की बात करें एप्स्टीन से. वैसे बात आई प्राइवेट सिटीजन्स की, तो गेस हु वाज अ प्राइवेट सिटीजन हुज चैट्स all of you guys were obsessed with for months.
But Rahul Ishwar, what is this party where everyone is supplying drugs only? Housekeeper is also getting stuff, brother is also getting stuff, Riya is also getting stuff, talent manager is also getting stuff. I don't know what parties you go to, sir. I haven't seen a party like this where from brother to housekeeper everyone is just getting drugs. Is somebody going to get food also? Everyone is getting drugs to this party.
4 महीनों तक तुम लोग दीपिका रिया की चैट के ऊपर उनके पीछे पड़े रहे, हाथ मुंह धो के भाग रहे थे उनके पीछे लिटरली. लेकिन ये Epstein emails में no one has anything to say. No outrage by Navika, Rubika, Padmaja, Arnab. None of them have anything to say except look. बेचारे हमारे नेता इंडिया स्टोरी ही तो पिच करे थे सेक्स ऑफेंडर को. इसमें क्या बड़ी बात है? What's the big smoking gun? Now, beyond Hardeep Puri, there's Anil Ambani's name also that keeps coming up, and there are a series of chats between him and Epstein that deserve some attention. Ambani is positioning himself as Modi's guy. Just 6 weeks before Epstein was convicted, he wrote to Steve Bannon, Modi sending someone to see me on Thursday. On Thursday, logs show that Epstein met Ambani. And on the very same day, Epstein wrote to Steve Bannon saying, really interesting Modi meeting. He won with huge mandate. His guy said that no one in maybe meaning Washington, speaks to him. However, his main enemy is China and their proxy in the region, Pakistan. They will host the G20 in 2022. Totally buys into your vision. So we can't tell who this guy is and if Modi actually sent someone to meet him or not. There's no direct mail between Modi or Jeffrey Epstein. And we can't say for sure if Ambani is lying about being a conduit of Delhi leadership or if there's actually some back channeling happening here. But since the PM's name is being dropped like this, you'd expect something more than a press conference by MEA saying कि भाई ये सब फालतू बातें हैं, सब trash imagination है.
We have seen reports from an email message from the so-called Epstein files that has a reference to the Prime Minister and his visit to Israel. Beyond the fact of the Prime Minister's official visit to Israel in July 2017, the rest of the allusions in the email are little more than trashy ruminations by a convicted criminal which deserve to be dismissed with the utmost contempt.
I want to make this clear again and again ताकि हम पे defamation ना हो जाए, हम पे FIR ना हो जाए. Whoever's in touch with Epstein doesn't mean that they're all like Epstein or they were doing the same things that he were doing. Except in Anil Ambani's case, there is a mention of a Swedish blonde and he does say, arrange that. But we're not saying that the PM or Hardeep Puri or Anil Ambani are guilty of a sex offense. But guess what? The global debate isn't about that. It's about associating with someone who's known to be a criminal. You and I, in our workplace, will be fired for a lot less than this. Heck, आम आदमी तो guilt by association पे ही जेल चले जाते हैं. So why are people in charge of governing us getting away with so little? This is the global context under which many people have apologized for at least a lack of judgment.
That was it.
तो अगर मंत्री जी बोल रहे हो यार मैं पिची तो कर रहा था इंडिया की स्टोरी, तो हमें पूछना चाहिए, मतलब मीडिया को पूछना चाहिए कि और कोई नहीं मिला? At the very least, journalists, the media should ask this very direct question from the BJP. Only Raddeep Sardesai did this on his show.
What was Anil Ambani doing in those Epstein files, claiming that he was working on behalf of the Delhi leadership, trying to fix up appointments? These are hard facts, and these are authenticated to the extent that there is documentation, the DOJ report and the SEC summons to Mr. Adani. Why is the government silent on these 2 points? Please give me a direct answer. I won't interrupt you.
And what does the BJP spokesperson say in response?
Raddeep Sardesai ji, a very seasoned journalist, Vinamrata se now listen. Shame on you, Indira Gandhi. M.O. Mathai in his book Reminiscences of the Nehru Age has written, I ended my 12-year relationship with Indira Gandhi when I saw her behind the curtain with another man. That man was Dhirendra Brahmachari. Shame on Pandit Nehru. Edwina
what is this got to do?
Shame on Indira Gandhi for having an affair. It's no surprise that she comes from a party whose members think calling Sonia Gandhi a bartender is some big insult. Bhai, it's respectable to earn your money by waiting tables. That's way more respectable than taking help of a sex offender to help India. Because at the end, you've only brought shame to India. Now, another clarification here. I think the Congress linking the Epstein files to Indo-US trade deals is just irresponsible and baseless. But guess who was the champion of this insinuation? The same guy who called Sonia Gandhi a barmaid. This is what Swami tweeted about Puri before the Epstein file revelations. सबसे पहला accusation Swami जी ने ही लगाया था, even though he deleted his tweet later.
भाई मुझे माफ कर दो.
Dear Indian National Congress, you're taking your cue from a guy who said worse things about your own leadership. और कोई नहीं मिला था?
नहीं.
Surely we deserve better discourse than this. And if politicians are incapable of giving it to us, at least journalists should do their bit. Epstein got away time and again after abusing and molesting children. It's thanks to good public-spirited investigative journalism that the media was able to put pressure on authorities and asked for him to be jailed. Pressure was built. He went to jail. Everyone associated with him in any capacity had to say sorry or face an inquiry. That's what journos do. They hold people to account, and those who govern us and govern every aspect of our lives, they do need to be held accountable. We need to scrutinize them more carefully. This interview with Girdhar Das on Democracy Now! Really hits the nail on the head. He's talking about Larry Summer here, who was in the Obama administration. His name was in the Epstein files.
And I just want to say that I think this is really important for folks to understand. Larry Summers, former Treasury Secretary. These sound like fancy titles. Let me break it down for folks. When someone is a Treasury Secretary or someone is an economic advisor, as he was to Barack Obama when he was president, someone like Larry Summers is not simply crunching numbers. Someone like that is making decisions about how your family functions. Someone like that in that kind of position of power is making decisions about how your workplace operates. Someone in that kind of position of power is deciding so many things about your life. So when you see that that person has no problem with the sex abuse of children, when you see that someone like that is turning to a convicted sex offender for 9-year-old boy level dating advice and has actually such a feeble understanding of other human beings, these are the people making decisions about your family's economic future. These are the people deciding whether to bail out corporations or homeowners after a financial crisis. These are the people governing your life. People who maybe have all the credentials, but have so little human judgment. So if you have lived in this economy over the last generation and have felt, who are these people governing me such that I have so much pain, such that all my needs go unmet? Well, it's because it's a bunch of people who wouldn't recognize a human being if it was sitting right across from them.
For the 100th time, भाई दोबारा clarify कर रहे हैं ताकि हम पे defamation ना हो जाए, हम पे FIR ना हो जाए. We're not saying that Puri should resign or that he's guilty, but dude, you're a minister. Show some humility, some sensitivity, and admit at least that you made a wrong judgment. That's it.
हम लोग मजे में हैं, समझ गए?
It's Valentine's Day today, and what better way to celebrate it than to show your love to independent media. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this episode. Do tell us what you thought of it. It's a little different from what we usually do. We thought we'll break down this whole issue. We'll break down why the media is not doing justice to this issue, and I hope you found that useful. Please tell us in the comment section what you thought of this episode. Please subscribe to News Laundry. Support independent media, because if you don't do it, no one will. And Valentine's Day is a great day to tell us how much you love us. We've just completed 14 years. And we have a very special campaign to tell you guys who all built News Laundry. More than anyone else, it's our subscribers who built News Laundry.
I'm Debashri. I believe in the power of conversations. I built News Laundry.
I'm Atif Adam. I'm a health researcher and a proud father, and I built News Laundry.
I'm Sushi. I love traveling to new places and trying out new things. I built News Laundry.
I am Nishchay Dave. I am an Indian citizen and a marketeer, and I built News Laundry.
I'm Gagan. I like fit people and a happy world, and I built News Laundry.
I helped build News Laundry.
I helped build News Laundry.
I built News Laundry. I am Nishchay Dave. I am an Indian citizen and a marketeer, and I built News Laundry.
I'm Gagan. I like fit people and a happy world, and I built News Laundry.
I helped build News Laundry.
I helped build News Laundry.
I build News Laundry. I am Nishchhay Dave. I am an Indian citizen and a marketeer, and I build News Laundry.
I'm Gagan. I like fit people and a happy world, and I built News Laundry.
I help build News Laundry.
I help build News Laundry.
I build News Laundry. I am Nishchhay Dave. I am an Indian citizen and a marketeer, and I build News Laundry.
I'm Gagan. I like fit people and a happy world, and I built News Laundry.
I help build News Laundry.
I help build News Laundry.
I mean, they've been trying to cancel me for about 15 years, and they've always failed. And often the people trying to cancel me have been other comedians writing for the posh papers, doing that thing they always say, he's punching down. Well, comedy should punch up. We only punch up. We punch up. Their idea of punching up, they have a go at Boris Johnson. How the fuck is that punching up? You know, the cunt is learning disabled. He's like this fucking waterlogged Gary Busey, fucking albino Eggman thing. He can't string a sentence together. Have you heard him talk? He's like, he's a fucking moron. I punch up. I have a go at people like, I don't know, Stephen Hawking, right? Yes, the greatest brain that's ever lived. He can take it, and he wouldn't even have minded when he was alive because he's part robot, isn't he? I think he's basically a talking chair, so you can say what you want, and he was on Epstein's island apparently, so fuck him. I don't. What was he doing there? Why do I want to go? Why? You're not just there doing fuck. I'll go. What? I know pedos who'd kill for a ticket to that, and he's just taking up a space. It's probably DEI or something, and they go, we need one. Like, I'll go. What are you doing here, Steve? He go, I'm thinking weird shit. Fuck off. That is probably a hate crime. That is. It's a bit like Eddie Redmayne got in trouble when he played Stephen Hawking in the biopic, The Life Story of Stephen Hawking, right? Won an Oscar for it, and that's when the backlash started. People going, no, it should be played by a real disabled creature. All this, right? And they're going, the actor should have the same disability as the person they're portraying. But it was the life story of Stephen Hawking, right? So for the first part of the film, the cunt could walk, right? So I put it to you, what is easier? Getting an actor who can walk, pretend he can't, for the last bit of the film, or get an actor who can't walk, pretend he can for the first bit? How would that even fucking work? Puppetry, think. You can't always find an actor with the same disability as the person they're portraying. They're fucking actors. What if they did a biopic of Helen Keller, the deaf, dumb and blind girl? Well, what's the chances of finding a deaf, dumb and blind actress who can play that role? And if you did, you go run into the director and go, we found a deaf, dumb and blind girl. What does she say? She didn't even answer the fucking phone. Oh, don't get me started. Oh. I did see one thing recently on YouTube, actually. Do you know the little fella from Game of Thrones? The actor, Peter Dinklage. You know Peter Dinklage? Yeah. He was at a junket, and it was for a new thing he was doing, right? And they were filming it. That's why it got leaked onto YouTube. And I don't know what brought it up, but he suddenly started going off on one. Someone, oh God. He was going, it's fucking disgusting. They're still doing productions of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. For Christ's sake, it's fucking demeaning. It's 2023. He wasn't happy. He was grumpy, wasn't he? he's got a point now, hasn't he? Obviously he's got a point. But the thing is, it's all right for him because he's a multi-millionaire Hollywood actor, and he's a great actor as well. He does Shakespeare and everything. A lot of dwarves in entertainment aren't that great. No, some of them are fucking. They're props, right? No, let's be. They're lucky to be fired from a fucking cannon, right? And so, dancing around Snow White for 3 weeks of the year, that is their like holy grail, and he's gonna fuck it for them. If he takes that, what can they do? And he's not saying you should do Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs with normal stuff. I've just, I said earlier, I've never had a joke stopped by the Golden Globes, and that is absolutely true. But I've just remembered a joke that I stopped myself because I bottled it a bit, and I think I was being overcautious. I want to share it with you, right? So, I got the chance to introduce Jason Momoa. Do you know who Jason Momoa is? Yeah, right? So I thought the meta joke would be to show my hypocrisy and my cowardice. Like, I'm okay to slag off actors, who's scared of actors, but when it comes to a big dude, right, I'm not so brave. So I was going to go, I've got nothing bad to say about our next presenter because he's got a cock like a baby's arm, right? And I told my mate I was going to do that, and my mate went, do you think people think that's racist? I went, why is it racist? He went, well, because he's a person of colour. And I went, no, but it's nothing to do with that. It's to do with the fact that he's so big that he'd probably have a cock like a baby's arm, right? So I didn't do it. And I had a great follow-up as well. I'll tell you the whole thing. This is the whole thing. This is what I was going to do, right? Right. So I'll go out and go, I've got nothing bad to say about our next presenter because he's got a cock like a baby's arm. Unlike Peter Dinklage, who's got an arm like a baby's cock. It's great to hear. Oh, I miss the local pedo. Don't you? There was always one, wasn't there? Outside the school, you'd be with your mum and she'd go, look, there's a paedophile. Because he had the uniform of the pedo. You know what I mean? You could spot old bloke, bald on top, long down the side, like that. And I'll go, that's a dirty pedo. Say hello, 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 like that. Dirty, look, that's what a fucking pedo looks like. Dirty fucking paedophile, right? That's what they look. If he touches you, we'll burn his house down. It was a good system. You know what I mean? But then Michael Jackson comes along and he breaks the mould, doesn't he? Because he's not an ugly bloke outside the school. I'm not saying Michael Jackson definitely was a paedophile. No one knows. Only Michael and all those people he paid off. All I'm saying is that kids loved Michael. Kids loved Michael just to look at him, like a little Disney cartoon, wasn't he? And then his voice, hello, you know that. Oh, Michael Jackson go up to any kid he wanted. Probably not like that, didn't he? Probably like that. That's another thing. Kids would go, there's Michael Jackson, but he's going away from us. He wasn't. He was going towards them. But people don't care because he's so good. Right? He's so good. He's so popular as well. I think if he'd have lived to stand trial, he'd have beaten the rap because everyone loves him. And he'd be so vulnerable in court as well, wouldn't he? He'd be there like that. And the judge would go, Michael, did you fiddle all those kids? And he'd go, hee hee. The judge would go, case it, get out of here, you scam. Go on. Of the Golden Globes. Right? And, thank you. I last hosted the Golden Globes in 2020. It was the 5th time over a 10-year period, and I liked them more and more, and the last one was my favourite, because the world changed in that 10 years. You know, like the first time I hosted them in like 2010, the press of America, I hated me. Right? Who is this annoying Brit insulting the most important people on the planet? By the last time I hosted, they were like, yeah, go on, fuck them. Fuck them, right? Because ordinary people had got sick and tired of being lectured by these multi-millionaire, nothing wrong with that, these liberal elite entertainers telling them how to vote and how to recycle, when everyone knew they were getting free jet rides to Pedo Island. So it really hit the zeitgeist. But it was always the same deal. Whenever they said, do you want to host? I said, yeah, I'll host. I said, but I'm going to write all my own jokes, which is unheard of, apparently. I said, I'm going to write all my own jokes, and I'm not going to rehearse, so you can't hear the jokes beforehand, you can't cancel any. And they let me do that. I did have to show a lawyer the jokes about an hour before to make sure I hadn't broken any laws, and I never had, because I know the law. Sometimes the lawyer would go, are you sure you want to say that? All right? And I go, is it legal? They go, yep, technically. I go, let's do it. All right? I've never had a joke stopped by the Golden Globes. That says something about them, to be fair, right? So I always go, oh God, no. I wouldn't even say if that had happened, because I don't like gossip, to be honest, right? There was one guy I thought took it the wrong way, right? It wasn't the cameras went to him, and I'm not in control of the cameras, so I think he was caught in the headlights. It was Elton John, right? But it wasn't a bad joke. I was introducing Madonna, okay? And I later found out that him and Madonna were in this feud, and he hated being mentioned in the same sentence as her. But I didn't know at the time. I was confused, right? And it wasn't part of the monologue, but I'm there for like 3 hours, right? And now and again, the stage manager put her head around the door and go, do you want to introduce so-and-so? And I go, yeah, fine. And I come out and I either do it straight or I ad-lib. And this was little ad-lib because I saw Elton in the front row, right? So this was a joke. I came out and I said, our next presenter is the Queen of Pop. Not you, Elton. Sit down, right? And it sort of went to him, he sort of went, and I was like, oh, fuck, he hated that. And I was thinking, why is he, I was like, oh, God, do you think I'm homophobic? Oh, I'm not homophobic. There's always in my head. Then I thought, he must have heard worse, right? In the 1980s, right, when Elton John was in the closet, he wasn't out, he was married to a woman, right? He was also chairman of Watford Football Club. And he and his then wife would go along and watch Watford play, and the entire crowd would sing, don't bend down when Elton's around or you might get a willy up your arse. Which puts my little quip into perspective. I don't know how football fans know how to start at the right time in the same key. Do they hand out sheet music before we're doing Willy up the arse in C? Jeff's doing a solo. It's like, and what they usually do, they get a traditional tune so everyone knows it, and they change the lyrics. Some genius changes the lyrics, right, to be as offensive about someone or something or somewhere or whatever, right? So the tune they used to use, I remember it, it was that old Cockney knees up song. My old man said follow the van and don't dilly-dally on the way. Do you know that one? Remember the term dilly-dally? They use it very creatively in their version, right? So this was their lyric. It was the 80s. It's not politically correct, I apologise, but they're football hooligans. What are you going to do, right? So let's analyse their genius lyrics, right? This is what they used to sing. Don't bend down when Elton's around, or you might get a willy up your arse. I mean, you might. Not necessarily his, but, you know, like mathematicians amongst you would have to go, yeah, there's a slight... Like if 1,000 people bent down when Elton was around, one of them might randomly, someone might come off a bicycle and go, sorry, like that, and they oh fuck, and the scientists will go, 1. Do you know what I mean? There's a slight... Also, when Elton's around, that's ambiguous. That could fit, like, you could have 2 gentlemen having anal sex in a hotel room, right? And then the next day they find out that Elton John was staying in the next room. They go, oh, I got a willy up the arse when Elton was around, you know? I'll give him that. Anyway, don't bend down when Elton's around or you might get a willy up your arse. He has the nerve. And it goes, he dallies and dillies. They've reversed it. Why? He dallies and dillies. He plays with people's willies. Again, I don't know what play with means in this context. It could be like, wow. It could be anything, couldn't it? Wow. I thought you were going to suck it. No. He dallies and dillies, he plays with people's willies, he's up every arse in town. I'd stop him there, I'd go, no, you know, that is provably false. He's not up every arse in town, is he? We can prove that, right? Take a small town, take Watford, 120,000 people. He is not up 120,000 arses, is it? I mean, half of them are women, so 60,000 tops, right? And I don't think he's been up 60,000. And if he has, good luck to him, but that's not my point. This is my point, right? What did his then wife think of that? Because he's in the closet, right? You know, and she's just married Elton John the Pop. She couldn't be, she's in love. She's so proud of him. Elton John, and he's chairman of Watford. She goes like, I'm married to Elton John the Pop star. I'm married to Elton John the Pop star. And then the entire crowd sing, don't bend down when Elton's around or you might get a willy up your arse. She must have gone, why are they singing that, Elton? And you go round to see that, but I am going to spend my entire fortune from now on private jets to make sure it definitely fucking happens. We're going to be the first generation that future generations are jealous of, right? Because we had it all, and we're using it all up. We're using up all the fresh water. We're using up all the fossil fuel, right? Usually you look back in history and you feel sorry for it. You go, oh, how did they live like that? Oh, how did they get around? No indoor toilets. I've got 9 toilets in my house. And sometimes I just run around flushing them for a laugh. Just so that in 40 years' time, Greta Thunberg has to shit out of a window. I've got 28 radiators. I always have them on full. Then I put the aircon on full, and it sort of settles at about... I should do political stuff now I'm woke, but I don't like it when a comedian just spouts his own political views and it relies on the audience agreeing with him to get a round of applause. I think that loses something comedically. I want everyone to like my jokes, whatever your political persuasion. A joke shouldn't have a political wing, you know. I'm political in my private life, like everyone, you know. Like, I'm sometimes incensed by the inequalities in our society. We're in the 7th richest economy in the world, right? And there's homelessness. There's 250,000 homeless people in Britain. Now, I wish there were no homeless people, because they're fucking horrible. You know, oh yeah, right next to the fucking cash point, you cheeky cunt. It is a serious problem, and I hope none of you ever find yourself homeless, but if you do, my advice is heroin. So just be careful with charity, okay? Particularly at Christmas. That's when they sting you, when they give you a guilt trip. You're sitting down Christmas Day, you got all your food, loads of food, too much food, probably gonna throw a lot of it away. And all the adverts on telly are for charity, right? This one runs every Christmas Day. Is there an old lady near you, cold and lonely this Christmas? Yep, I fucking hate her. Nosy bitch winds me up all year round. I can't wait for the cold weather, if I'm being honest. There's no old lady near me. She died last year of hypothermia. So, result. The other big campaign, a dog is for life, not just for Christmas. Right behind that, I love animals. I'm really into animal welfare. And that's obviously aimed at parents whose kids go, can I have a puppy, can I have a puppy? No, can I have a puppy? And they give in to shut them up, and they get the puppy, and they like it when it's cute. Then they grow up and they get bored with it, and they lumber the parents with it, and the parents get bored with it, and they abandon it. 11,000 pets abandoned in England and Wales last year. And I think kids should have pets. I think it teaches them life lessons. I haven't got children of my own, but I've got loads of nieces and nephews, and they've got kids of their own now. And I want to be a cool uncle and give them what they want, but I want to be a responsible one too, and sort of not add to the stray problem. But I think I've solved the dilemma. This is what I do, okay, as a tip. You've got to wait till Christmas Eve, go to an animal shelter or an animal rescue home, not a breeder, and I go there, and I go straight to the veterinary bit, and when they're dealing with like the little runts that are born all sick and they're just putting them down, they've got no quality of life, I go, no, don't kill that one, I'll take that one. And they go, it's only going to live a day. So I run home with it, going, don't die yet, get a Starbucks, a little bit of Starbucks, don't die yet, don't die. And I run in, and I call my niece, she runs over, I go, look, oh, you got me a puppy. I go, your best uncle got you a puppy. Oh, thanks, go and play with it, quick, go and play with it. And they take it to bed, Christmas Eve, and they sleep with it, and they wake up Christmas Day, it's cold, dead, stiff, gone, so not a problem. And they always come down and they say, oh, my puppy's dead. And I go, what, the puppy your uncle got you? He did his bit, and whatever happened after that isn't his problem. And they go, yeah. And I go, oh no, maybe you rolled over on it on the night. Oh, did I? Oh. And they always go, I killed my puppy. I killed my puppy. I go, no, you didn't kill your puppy. Jesus killed your puppy. On his birthday, because you didn't spend enough on your uncle's Christmas present. So they usually buck their ideas up the next year. The other big campaign, of course, don't drink and drive. Right behind that as well. A lot more stigma attached now. When I was growing up, there was no stigma. It was like, if you got away with it, that was all right. I'd be getting in the car with grown-ups and family, and I'd go, oh, you can't drive, you're drunk. And they go, it's all right, I won't get caught. But people now know that that's not the point. It wrecks lives. I've done it once. I'm not proud of it in the slightest. I'm fucking ashamed of it. I wasn't drunk, but I was over the limit. That was Christmas, and I took the car out, and I knew I shouldn't. I knew at the time I shouldn't be in this car. But I learnt my lesson, because I nearly killed an old woman. In the end, I didn't kill her. In the end, I just raped her. But But as I say, nothing came of it. Because luckily, 1,000 to 1 shot, I know, she had Alzheimer's. Yeah, not a credible witness. I tell you what, spiders, they're always ready, aren't they? Spiders, always ready for action. A spider is always ready, like that. Completely ready, all the time. I mean, some animals are sometimes ready. You scare a cat, it'll go, ooh, like that, okay? Then it goes back to chilled. They're most of the time, they're just on their side, aren't they, cats? Cats are just chill out, like their head down, all 4 limbs stretched out in one direction. You will never see a spider like that. You will never see a spider just lying on the floor with its head down like that, and all 8 legs just out like that. What the fuck? They're always ready, like that. And they're always ready in every direction, like the fucking Matrix. They don't have to go, what was that? They don't have to do it. They've got fucking 10 eyes and 8 legs, over the top. They're even ready when you don't think they're ready. You can see an empty web, and you go, that spider's not ready. No? Touch the web. What? Touch the web. And it's there. I fucking hate them. 37,000 different species of spider. 37,000 different species of spider. I mean, millions and billions of individual in each species, okay? And that's just one class, arachnid, of one phylum, Arthropoda, which there are many. There could be 5 million species of animal on the earth. Best guess, right? Minimum, scientists say. There's so many we can't, but 5 million. And that's 1% of all animal species that have ever existed. 99% of all animal species that ever existed are extinct. And that remaining 1% is 5 million strong. Take one of those species, termites. If you were to weigh every termite alive now, it would be 10 times the tonnage of every human being on Earth. And it's statistics like that that make me think that this book isn't totally accurate. It's the Book of Noah, the children's edition. I got this as a prize at Sunday school. I used to go every week. I believed in all this till I was about 8. This is when I was 4. St Agnes Sunday School, presented to Ricky Gervais, R-I-K-K-I, like a fucking mongoose. For regular attendance, not even for doing anything good, just for turning up. Oh, he's always here. Give him some. He'll be back. Thank you. Let's have a look at the evidence. Long, long ago, when God first made the earth, I'll let both those points slip. We haven't got time. Okay. Long, long ago, I should just say, is 5,000 years, according to the Bible. According to the Old Testament, the earth is no older than 5,000 years, okay? Which puts us around the time of the agricultural revolution. It's actually 4.6 billion years old. Let's pop that in. 4.6 billion years ago, when God first made the earth and sky. All right, don't big it up. I mean, it comes as a package, really, doesn't it? You can. The sky was never an optional extra. It could be, I built your planet. I can't breathe. Would you like an atmosphere? Of course I fucking would. So, everything was peaceful. Everything beautiful. God made human beings too, and he wanted them to be good like himself. Arrogant. Right. But very soon they wanted their own way. They would not listen to God. They became wicked and did wicked things. Look at them doing wicked things there. Look at that. You can't get more wicked than that. Really? Oh, fuck off, wicked. Really? Fuck off, wicked. God looking on. Yeah, carry on. See what happens. See what happens. Bloke there running off with a big bag of money. Don't put it in a bank, you cunt. This lecture, as you've worked out, is about political change. No. But how do you change things? If you want to change society, how do you change things? Well, we're not all in power, by definition. Some of us haven't even got the vote. But if you've got a voice, in our country we've got freedom of speech, you can change things slowly, but you can be heard. And that's one way. And I used to work at University of London Union, and there wasn't a day went by when there wasn't a march that started outside, or people giving out flyers and leaflets and stuff. And I always used to take them to read them, because I wanted to know what people were giving up their time for. And I remember one, was a leaflet boycotting Nike and some other designer labels for using third world sweatshops, particularly China. And there was a frightening statistic on this leaflet, I'll never forget. It said that the CEO of Nike has amassed $5.2 billion. And for a female worker in one of his sweatshops in China to earn that, she'd have to work 7 days a week, 8 hours a day for 10,000 years. But they don't want to. Lazy. There was another thing on there, it's absolutely true. One of the supervisors in one of the sweatshops in China had been accused of sexually assaulting one of the female workers. And he'd been, that's not funny, is it? No. True, and he was suspended but fled the country before he'd come to trial. And the CEO of Nike was asked an awkward question about this at a press conference, and he said no, he wasn't sexually assaulting her, he was trying to wake her up and must have touched the wrong places. What? That's a bad excuse, isn't it? Touched the... What? Mrs. Chang. Mrs. Chang. Just shout, don't touch her at all. Mrs. Chang. But I love bad excuses when they're sort of embarrassing, sort of heinous things like that. I remember a friend of mine I went to college with was a medical student, and when he did his degree, he did an internship or junior doctorship at University College Hospital. And he was working nights. It was about 1:30 in the morning, and this guy came in, and he had a bottle of sauce stuck up his arse, as you do, and completely disappeared. He hadn't left, like, you know, enough out. He hadn't thought of the return journey. Like, even Hansel and Gretel sort of left breadcrumbs, didn't they? He hadn't thought it through. He was getting so into it, the whole bottle up there. Then he couldn't get any purchase. He couldn't, you know, tie a bit of string to it or something. Just think ahead. Or empty it out, fill it with concrete, put a broom handle in it, let that set. Then you've got the full length of the bottle and a handle. But he hadn't put as much thought into it as me. Amateur. Now, so, and also instead of going in there and saying, excuse me mate, got a sauce bottle stuck up my arse. I know what I was doing, you know what I was doing, get it out and I won't do it again. Instead of saying that, he went through his whole face-saving rigmarole of filling out an accident report, just making it worse for himself. And this is the excuse he gave, okay? He said, well, what happened was, this is a great excuse, right? He said, I'd been shopping at Safeway, and I came home with my shopping and I realised that I'd locked myself out of my house. So I put the shopping on the doorstep, and I saw that I'd left open a bedroom window, so I thought I'd get in there. So I tried to climb up the drain pipe, but as I was climbing the drain pipe, my...
Feel my wrath.
Stay alert. We got some fun.
Feel my wrath. Feel my wrath.
for a game?
Lucky you, tasting my cooking.
I'd be embarrassed if England doesn't win today. Blimey.
कभी कभी लगता है कि जिंदगी बहुत कठिन है, पर मुझसे पूछो, दूर दूर तक समुद्र के रंगीन रंगीन, उसके आगे का पता नहीं।
हाँ, और बताना चाहता था समुद्र का तट मेरे सामने है। ठंडी हवाओं की जगह गरम गरम हवाएं आ रही हैं। उम्मीद इस बात की है कि क्यों आ रही है। मुझे लग रहा है बाहर देशों में धमाके हो रहे हैं, इस कारण से हो सकता है।
Up for a game? Me and you? Up for a game? Me and you? Stay alert! We got some folks to protect! Stay alert! We got some folks to protect!
Lucky you, tasting my cooking.
Let's see whose blade is faster. Up for a game? Me and you?